river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Whoa, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to.
I guess that me and Carmela Harris, the Vice President of these United States, has one thing in common. We both like big yellow school buses. And we both like to talk about big yellow school buses. From my 9th grade year until my senior year in high school, I rode the school bus. We were the out-of-towners. I was thinking last night, you know, there was 8 or 10 kids that gathered at the school stop, the bus stop, but we didn't have a shed or anything to stand under in the rain. And I was thinking, what did I do? Did I just stand out there? Did we just stand out there and get wet? But I remember what I did. I would walk out to our garage and the bus stopped on the top of the hill. And when I saw the bus come to the top of the hill, then I'd go to the bus stop so I didn't get so wet. We had a really good bus driver. I mean, he was a kind, gentle, caring man. His name was Millard. He was strict, but he was fair. I remember riding the school bus from Craigsville to Richwood, and if we get out of hand in the bus, he would just look up in that big mirror in the front of the bus, and he would just point in the mirror, and everybody would settle down and be calm. He was a kind man. I noticed those kids that were poor and had difficulties, he was exceptionally nice to those kids. Oh, about 15 or 16 years ago, I got a phone call, and it was his wife, Georgie. And she said, would you do Millard's funeral? And I said, I certainly will. As far as I know, Millard never entered the church, but he was a good, exceptional man. His funeral and burial was in Webster County at a place called Hell's Half Acre. And I remember going into the church, and some of them were concerned that Miller never went to church, but he was a wonderful man. I rode the bus, and most of the people, half of the people that went to Ridgewood High School were out-of-towners. They rode the bus. And you know, they were treated unfairly. Those that rode the bus to the school were not treated as well as the kids that were in town. I remember I went out for basketball, and me and others had to be so much better. We had to be so much better than the town kids, even to make the team. It was not fair. It was not just. We had to be so much better. It had to be so obvious just to make the team. Not just. Unfair. Not treating everyone equal. I was thinking last night, you know, we had 10 cheerleaders. And not one of those cheerleaders was an out-of-towner. They all were town girls. And believe you me, we had some pretty girls that rode the bus. But it wasn't fair. It wasn't just. And you know, the football practices, the basketball practices, if you wanted to be in the band or if you wanted to be a cheerleader, all those practices were after school. And the out-of-towners, the ones that rode the bus, had no way to get home. Unfair. It was not just. You know, is it better today? Or is it worse today? Are people treated fairly and equally today? You know, all week, for 2 weeks, I have had car problems. I mean car problems. Inspection sticker problems, all these problems. Both vehicles. I've had both vehicles in the shop. And I thought this past Sunday, I really thought that I was going to have to walk to Bland Street and then walk to Trinity and then walk home. It was something. And you know, I kept taking my car into the dealer and they kept finding things that were wrong. You need a Johnson rod. What is a Johnson rod? That's the point. If I need a Johnson rod, everyone else getting an inspection sticker should need a Johnson rod. Are we treated fairly? Or does it matter who you are and what stature you hold in the community? Is it worse today than it was when I was a kid? I'm thinking maybe it is. I'm thinking maybe it is. How do we treat black people? How do we treat poor people? How do we treat people that have a certain name? How do we treat people that their family has been in trouble or even in prison? Do we treat everyone equally? God said that we all are created equally. But it doesn't appear that we treat people equally. All of us have been mistreated. But that doesn't mean we should mistreat to get back at it. No. No. Is there equal treatment, equal justice? No. But listen, there never has been. There never has been. You know, these stories I've told today and me up here talking, you know, there's one word that can describe probably everything I've said. I've been judgmental. It's easy to be that way. It's easy to be that way. Some people have been mistreated their whole life. And I'm not the judge, although I have judgment thoughts. I'm not the judge. You're not the judge. There's one that is worthy to be judged. Only one that is worthy to be judged. And that's Jesus. He thought about this, I'm sure. And he told the people a parable. In the last days, all the people will be gathered together, all the kingdoms of the world, all the people, and they'll stand before him. And he will separate the goats from the sheep, the non-believers from the believers. And only him and him alone is worthy to be judged. You know, Jesus doesn't need to do that. Hold on. Jesus does not need to do that. He doesn't need to separate the sheep from the goats, because each and every one of us, most people, know. Most people know if they are a sheep or a goat. It all has to do with accepting him into your heart and receiving forgiveness. In that parable, he says, the sheep will enter the kingdom, the eternal kingdom, that's been prepared for them since the beginning of time. And the goats will go into outer darkness, where there is no love, no forgiveness, and no spirit of the eternal God. You know whether you're a sheep or a goat. We all know. We know.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.